I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president.
How can we expect Iran to respond to the news that Trump has won?
Well, it's great to be with you. I think Donald Trump's victory in the presidential election is a nightmare for Tehran. Let's not forget that the Islamic Republic has been mounting an aggressive influence operation to try and hurt President Trump's chances in the election. That's not to mention that Tehran has been trying to assassinate the former president for years now, and the former president is aware of that. And that, coupled with the Islamic Republic's eroded deterrence, its degraded air defense system, its decimated proxies throughout the region, and the bottlenecks in its missile program after Israel strikes, put the system in a very precarious situation. It has never been weaker. And so Ayatollah Khamenei will not be sleeping easy over the next couple of days.
Want a strong and powerful military, and ideally we don't have to use it. You know, we had no wars, 4 years, we had no wars, except we defeated ISIS. We defeated ISIS in record time, but we had no wars. They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war, I'm going to stop wars.
He will come stronger and more motivated. Why? Because he will develop and expand the experience he had previously. Why? Because he has a vision. You see now the events in Gaza, the events in Iran, and the events in Iraq. There will be a comprehensive change in the world because America, whether we like it or not, is the leader of the world.
I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president.
I think it's good for Israel, yeah, no doubt. It's better than Kamala Harris, but it's very good for Israel because he proved the last time he was a president, he moved the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, and everything that he said, he did. Yeah, so it's good for Israel, no doubt.
Well, first, it's not over yet, but please God, that's going to happen. I see the sky is going to be blue as well, and I think it's going to be a new era for the world, for the Middle East, for Israel. Things going to change.
Many people have told me that God spared my life for a reason. And that reason was to save our country and to restore America to greatness. And now we are going to fulfill that mission together. We're going to fulfill that mission.
Palestinian residents of the terror-infested territory proclaimed that from their perspective, the United States of America is the enemy, and that the election of Donald J. Trump as the 47th president is a catastrophe for the Palestinian people and aspirations.
He and Kamala Harris is the same as administration. Their enemy and hostility against the Palestinian people and against the Palestinian issue is fixed, will not change. And don't forget that he is the first one who confessed with Jerusalem as a capital for the Israeli, and he transferred the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. And don't we as Arab, as a Palestinian, will not be naive enough. We have to deal with them as an enemy. We have to determine who's the enemy. They are enemy.
A new catastrophe in the history of the Palestinian people, electing a person, a plan, or an administration that leads the plan to displace and liquidate the Palestinian cause and the Palestinian state. Trump and his administration, in the open, say that we do not support a two-state solution, Palestine or a united Jerusalem as a capital for the Jewish state. There is no national authority. There are no Palestinian lands. This means destruction and devastation for us.
The task before us will not be easy, but I will bring every ounce of energy, spirit, and fight that I have in my soul to the job that you've entrusted to me. This is a great job. There's no job like this. This is the most important job in the world. Just as I did in my first term, we had a great first term, a great, great first term. I will govern by a simple motto: promises made, promises kept. We're going to keep our promises.
Turning to the Islamic Republic of Iran, where upon initial indications of President Trump's landslide victory, Iran's currency fell to an all-time low, with the rial traded at a staggering 703,000 rials to the dollar. Meanwhile, in Tehran, the public voiced wide concerns over prospects of incoming President Trump reinvigorating the maximum pressure campaign against the Ayatollah regime.
وقتی بیاد مطمئناً اولین کاری که میکنه تحریما رو بیشتر میکنه که دولت ایران.
Well, when he returns to office, the first thing he'll definitely do is increase sanctions to put pressure on the Iranian government. After that, he'll create conditions that will either lead to some changes in Iran or lead to conflict. Gradually, as these extensive sanctions start to lessen, Iran might return to its peak days.
برمیگرده به اون روزای اوجش.
Look, our main issue with the U.S. is Israel. That means we will never back down from our hostility towards Israel. Now, if they come and say they will stop supporting Israel, maybe something could happen. But if they want to continue supporting Israel, I don't think anything will change.
Meanwhile, across the Arab world, mixed reactions were voiced regarding President Donald Trump's re-election.
I am concerned about the wars. I don't care about Trump or anyone else. I just want someone who can stop the wars. That's it. When he gives statements, he says, "I will not leave Israel's side. I will support it." And this boosts his popularity with those who aren't afraid of Allah, who we have nothing to do with. The American elections do not only affect the United States of America and its residents. However, the effects of these results of these elections will spread across the whole region. We totally know that Democrats and Republicans sometimes have fixed policies to treat international issues. However, with the arrival of Trump, I think many things will change regarding our region and the Palestinian cause, which might lead to Netanyahu taking control of the region.
Nothing will stop me from keeping my word to you, the people. We will make America safe, strong, prosperous, powerful, and free again. And I'm asking every citizen all across our land to join me in this noble and righteous endeavor. That's what it is. It's time to put the divisions of the past 4 years behind us. It's time to unite.
As for my personal wishes, I think all American politicians have similar policies, whether that's Trump, Harris, or others. I mean, I really hope that the elected person does not have an influence on policies in the region. I believe that Trump's win will be in Saudi Arabia's interest, given our previous relationship, and he is also a president who has been tried, nothing more and nothing less.
He has said in his rallies also, if I'll become the president of USA, I will stop the war in the world, especially in the Middle East conflicts, you know. So that's why Trump is the best option.
He, in all honesty, is not a wise man when you see his actions in the previous period. I saw his movements, his visits, and you feel that he is a man not fit to lead a country on the scale of America. I do not know, but I say it's not Trump who leads America, but those behind it.
Joining us on Zoom now is Jason Brodsky, the policy director of United Against Nuclear Iran. Now, Trump is certainly not planning on going back into an Iranian nuclear deal. We've obviously heard him say that, just like Kamala Harris was saying throughout her campaign. But he does say that he's open to another deal, has not specified the details of that. What can we expect out of his presidency when it comes to the Islamic Republic?
Well, I think President Trump has demonstrated and his willingness and openness to a deal with the Islamic Republic, but not one using that JCPOA framework that had been in place in the past. That being said, I do suspect in the near term we would see a Trump administration increase maximum pressure against Tehran, enforcing sanctions to a greater degree than they have been under the Biden administration. I would also see an attempt to rebuild eroded American deterrence throughout the region. Let's not forget that President Trump did take out Qasem Soleimani in 2020, the former head of the IRGC's Quds Force. And so I also think that the European countries would be more willing and amenable to go along with the U.S. pressure campaign on Iran because their threat perception on Iran has changed after Iran's arming of Russia against Ukraine.
How we can expect him to get involved in the ongoing conflict between Hezbollah and Israel. He said that if he were to become president, he would put an end to the war immediately. We've seen people in the Lebanese public say that they think Trump actually will have the ability to do that. But do you think that it's really within his interest or that he cares enough to stop Israel's offensive?
I think broadly you will see Israel under less restraints under a Trump administration as compared to a Biden administration, and that will provide Israel more of an opportunity to degrade Hezbollah. Let's not understate that. But I also think that, yes, there will be a pursuit of diplomacy to try to quiet the northern front, and Israel has made a lot of achievements over the last few months. And so I think transitioning that and translating that into political achievements will be what is very important, transforming the military into the political achievement, and I think that that's what the campaign is.
This campaign has been so historic in so many ways. We've built the biggest, the broadest, the most unified coalition. They've never seen anything like it in all of American history. They've never seen it. Young and old, men and women, rural and urban. And we had them all helping us tonight. When you think, I mean, I was looking at it, I was watching it. They had some great analysis of the people that voted for us. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. They came from all corners, union, non-union, African American, Hispanic American, Asian American, Arab American, Muslim American. We had everybody, and it was beautiful. It was a historic realignment, uniting citizens of all backgrounds around a common core of common sense. You know, we're the party of common sense. We want to have borders. We want to have security. We want to have things be good, safe. We want great education. But this is also a massive victory for democracy and for freedom. Together, we're going to unlock America's glorious destiny. We're going to achieve the most incredible future for our people.